One shot. Let's begin. Rin no Sentaku, Yakubutsu Ranyo Bushi Dokkan. Rin makes a decision. Drug abuse prevention guidebook by Mizusu. Translated and uploaded by B12 Deficient Translation and B12 Deficient Translations. I'm actually pretty excited to read this one. This is gonna be about how to not do drugs, and oh man, I have my Sonic onesie on. That's a coincidence. Sonic and the drugs do not miss. Even Sonic says don't do drugs. Um, I'm actually excited. I know this might be a little too serious, maybe, because Japan is very strict on their drug policy. So we'll see what it looks like. I'm looking forward to it. It doesn't have comedy in the title. Oh no. Let's begin. Okay, it's a girl. The fact that just one mistake could ruin everything like this. Can't things just go back to the way they were before? I'm headed out. Oh, Ren, you're going to Marker's house again with Yuko? Yep. We're gonna look over our homework together. You want to get into the same high school, so best teachers always. Your sister could look over your work, you know. Maybe once I get back. Hello. Hi there. Stay safe. Rennie's such a good kid, proper student. I'm jealous of her parents. Oh, give me a break. Ha 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 ha. This, this is impossible. Can't you guys take this seriously? We don't got brains like you. I'm over it. So, Maki, are you holding today? Oh, let's see. But Rin's here. It's chill. She could keep a secret. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. Nothing beats this for real. So true. Please, tell me that's a cigarette. Is that seriously? Marijuana? I swiped it from my brother's room. Makes you feel awesome. Helps you focus in your homework, too. No way! This isn't happening! Come on, Rin. Smoke with us. We do everything together, right? Aren't we best friends? Man, we thought you'd be cool about it. Maybe our friendship isn't what we thought. You can go home. It's cool. Wait, hold on a second. This is fine, right? It isn't really addictive. Just once is. 3 months later. Thanks. Come again. It's fine. It's not as big a deal as I thought. I can stop anytime I want. I love the internet. Dang. I had cash to buy more pot. No way I'm getting a job. It would never fly with my mom anyway. Run! What? Oh, Rin, what you up to over there? Nothing. Oh, that's the mom. Nothing much. Okay, weirdo. Could you hand me my purse? I'm headed to the store, so if you want something, now's your chance. I think I'll skip dinner tonight. You haven't been eating much lately. You alright? You think you might be sick? Nah, I'm fine. Actually, is it just me? Or have you lost some weight? Would you mind getting off my case? Do you think she's alright, dear? She seems a bit off. I'm fine. I'm not addicted. Oh, here we go. Smoking pot at school. Oh, wait, it's a different one. Here we go. Smoking at school. Pot at school is badass. I wrote these even fatter than usual. There's no way we could fail our test at this rate. Perfect scores across the board. I could see it. Nobody's coming, right? Are we good? I'm nothing like these two. I could stop whenever I want. You may begin. I kept telling myself that, like, if I said it enough, it would become true. Huh? What's up with Maki? She's sleeping. It hasn't been 10 minutes since we started. Crap! No, wait, did she overdose? Maki, are you alright? Maki, can you hear me? Is she sick? She's not budging. I'll take her to the nurse's office. Keep working on your test. Fukuda, could you pack her things up? Sure. Wait, Wait just a second. Monkey's bag still has. Huh? The heck is this? No way. Is that seriously marijuana? Marijuana? No freaking way. This is crazy. Marijuana at school? What the heck was Maki thinking? Holy crap. Fukada, hand that over this instant. Everyone quiet down. Continue your test. Whoa. I had no idea Maki was a druggie. She's a junkie. Geez, now the cops are here. She's a legit criminal. What do I do? This is a nightmare scenario. Rin, Rin, what do we do? Sorry, I feel sick. I'm going home. Hey, don't just leave me here, Rin. What do I do? Maggie's 100% going to B Lab. God, this test is going to kill me. I'm going to get busted holding on to this. Yes, hello? Who could that be at this hour? Okay, I'd shut out a bit. I need to stay calm, but where do I... Knock, knock. Who are you guys? Police. Rin, please tell me that's tobacco. Unfortunately, ma'am, it appears our suspicions were correct about your daughter's marijuana use. It's a shame to see. What the hell do you think you're trying to pull? Dad, wait. Did I fail to teach you the difference between right and wrong? This is clearly not okay. You're gonna get arrested. That's what happens when you break the law. Stand up and put your hands out. What? You are hereby under arrest, suspected for violation of the Cannabis Control Act. You had the right to remain silent. Please no, not my baby girl. Seriously? I'm getting arrested? Rin? Yesterday, in blank blank blank, 3 female middle school students were arrested for possession of marijuana. They are alleged to have used marijuana on school grounds. Looks like they got doxxed. According to the girls, their reasoning included curiosity and believing it would help them study. Damn it, honey. I'm home. I'll get out of town. Criminal family pot farm. Ryoka, what in the world? Ryoko, hey, stay with me. My mom survived, but she had a full-on breakdown and could barely hold a conversation anymore. My sister stopped going to school because she got bullied. She hasn't spoken to me since I was arrested. We had to go to family court, and I was released on probation. It's all my fault. I ruined everything for my family. Should have just said no. None of this would have happened. I can never undo it. I can never go back. Yep. Rin makes a decision. Serving size 18 pages by Mizu, serving per container 1. B12 deficient translations. Translation, clean RD and typesetting by B12 underscore deficient. Hempertotin isolate. Okay. No AI was used in the process of translating this manga. All these words come straight from my brain for better or for worse. Other ingredients. This one has been in the works for a while. It is okay. I'm trying to see because I have my laptop here and it covers the screen. So there we go. This has been in the works for a while. This is an anti-drug propaganda manga put out by Wakayama government and handed out at local middle schools in 2020. I don't think the author knows what marijuana is though. Oh, that's funny. I am not on the marijuana right now. See, look at this. I am high on Sonic the Hedgehog. And if you take him away, I'm gonna die. Oh, that's funny. I will say that I'm not denying the Sonic allegations. I haven't played like a modern Sonic game in a long time, maybe the past 10 years. 10 years is probably an exaggerate, maybe like 5 years. And yep, my students and coworkers seem to think I'm a big Sonic fan, and I gotta say I do like it, and I can't deny the but like I think it's just Sonic is just funny, like. Okay, if you are strongly Christian and religious, I hope you do not see this as blasphemic, especially during this holy weekend of Good Friday and Holy Easter and all of that stuff here. But crucifixion, crucifixion was a form of punishment, not just meant for Jesus Christ, okay? But he's the most famous case. I got this at a convention the other day. It's Shadow the Hedgehog getting crucified. It's so out there. It's funny. Gosh. Um, I have a Sonic the Hedgehog one too, out as well. So just one thing at a time though. That's funny. Um, yeah. So I think that if they had changed what the marijuana would do, maybe just say, yeah, hey, I'm stressed out. Let me do this, that, or the other. Sure. But, marijuana sometimes makes you more stressed, right? And I think the idea of them saying, mm, here we go. Not, it, it helps you focus on your homework too, right? If this is the lie they told or lied whatever, such a dumb lie. It's like you get distracted so easily and you get like engrossed, but like you're not going to be comprehending much while you're doing this here. Your memory might be affected. I will say I've never smoked pot. Never, never, never. Um, like marijuana in general, it's like at least inhaling through your lungs is probably not good for your lungs or your cardio. I remember like when I was in college, and yes, this is gonna be the story of my first time taking. It's not marijuana. It's actually THC. But I was a poor college kid, and you could sign up for experiments in college, and then you get paid for them. And I'm like, okay, I need some money. Let me go, and I signed up for one here. And they gave me 3 pills on 3 different. Oh, there we go. 3 pills on. Oh wait. 3 pills on 3 different days. Whatever the cultural norm is in your country. Three, three, uh, three, three. Anyways, is and so I took one. It was like one was like a sugar pill, a placebo. One was like a painkiller or something like that. I forget what the second one was, and the third one was THC. And what they would do is that they would essentially have you complete like cognitive tests, and then you do them there. Okay, so first visit not a problem. Okay, second visit, not too much of a problem. Might have been a stimulant like a caffeine pill or something. The third one time I went there, and the last time it was the THC, and I didn't realize it, right? Because my friend smoked weed, but I never did, And so I took it, and then okay, the cognitive test. I guess they had delayed results, or this, that, or the other. Who knows? But the worst part was that after I did the experiment, it's like I had a job interview right after. This was like my senior year of college, and I was like applying for jobs, and it was I did such a bad job at then thankfully, so I wouldn't have wanted that job now upon reflection. But it's like, damn. And I was like, oh no, I couldn't access my higher level critical thinking. What's going on here? Da 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 da. It was so bad, but it's a funny story, if nothing else. But yeah, that was the effects of it there, and it definitely didn't help my cognitive processes here. Um, and yeah, I don't know, maybe if they use a different reason, that's why I could say that maybe they know. Maybe it's different if you smoke it. I don't know, but I'd also say, as somebody who's had like students come in clearly high, you can report it, but there are certain things you can't. Like you can just based on the smell, you can't be like, okay, this kid is taking it and this, that, or the other here, because due to circumstances, if you are around other people, maybe you get some of the smell as well, or it's just things like that where we can't do that. And you can't exactly, you're not going to drug test a kid, right? That's just not practical in any sense of the word. Gosh, my hair. So I think the smell would be kind of obvious here. Like they'd smell it, get attached to them, da 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 da, and then it'd be a little bit harder to get rid of. And so them doing it at school too, it's like, come on. Especially in Japan, because the thing is a lot of the okay, and she's losing weight is another thing. It's well known that like marijuana or THC will give you like the munchies, right? Like you become hungrier, you might eat more. And so the fact that she's lost weight, that's generally not going to happen there, I don't think. right? Maybe it has some different effects for other people. That's generally what it is. Okay, come on. So that's what I could see with it there. And is it addictive? Yes, because, and this is going to be such a weird answer, but most things that you do can be addictive in some form or nature. Where, like, maybe you get addicted to the high, and so you do want to keep going back and back again to get that feeling, but you develop a tolerance over time, of course. Um, and could you stop it and say, yeah? I mean, yes. Could you potentially go through withdrawals? Yes, but part of that is due to there's plenty of things where you might go through withdrawals if you do not sufficiently take it. Like something as simple as caffeine, you could also go through withdrawals as well. It's yeah, but yeah, addiction is prevalent, right? Because people say they're not addicted, but they keep smoking every day, and it's a mess. And so they carrying all of that too is so crazy. And then she just went because she fell asleep, and they took it to school. And it's like, come on. And oh, she was putting it away, and then just took it out. Now, one of the things about this too that I don't think is an exaggeration, and might be true, is the police arresting her, and also like their lives kind of falling apart because Japan is relatively harsh when it, or not relatively, they're very harsh when it comes to drug laws. A lot of Asian countries are. And here in America, we're relatively liberal when it comes to this. So because of that, it's I can maybe go ha ha he he when it comes to it over here, like, oh, you're a smoky, come on guy, or like this or the other. But over there, it's like, yeah, I could see them going to jail. Yeah, or like, doing like that. Yes, I could also see the dad hitting the girl. I could also see the family being ostracized. I could see the sister getting bullied. If I'm not mistaken, there have been like actors who've had like marijuana or weed on them. And then as a result, they get ostracized. They like might it's difficult for them to find jobs because there's stigma against them here. And I think this is generally in what I think Singapore is tough on it, Korea is tough on it, South Korea specifically, Japan. I don't know if China's tough on it here, but I believe those are three countries off the top of my head that are really strict. And so this might not be too outside of the norm to have this type of stuff on there where they get socially isolated, right? And so it's like, dang, her killing herself. I don't know if it'd be that strong, but I guess I'm not sure about the family dynamics. Maybe the ostracization, the sister not, stop going to school. That is probably tough, right? And I could see it there. And then to have her go and decide to buy it again, it's like, ooh, I, I, I don't know. Is that is that how you buy marijuana? You just go click buy? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. That's weird. But yeah. I think that if you were, okay, this is similar to like the old marijuana commercials where, not commercial, propaganda films where they would have, there was something called reefer madness where you had somebody smoking and, they went crazy. And one of the things is that is it potential that if you are genetically predisposed to schizophrenia or like some sort of mental health issues, are you potentially gonna activate those by smoking weed? Yeah, that is a potential thing. And but the way the movie was showing it too, because this is like from the 1930s, so very old, was that people would just go and they like would kill each other and they just laugh and be like absolutely insane, like and then whatever. And then yeah, somebody did die in that movie. It's like whoa, 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 okay. This one feels like it would sufficiently scare somebody who doesn't know much about marijuana in order to not take it, right? And the fact these were free mangas that were handed out is like, okay, I get it. And I honestly don't hate this idea. I really don't hate this idea of them like, hey, don't do drugs, don't do this, because marijuana, like people will say, oh, it's this miracle thing. It is still a drug in the end, right? Your cognitive processes will still be affected. Is it going to be like this? You're probably not going to die like that now. But is it still something you need to be aware of when using? Yeah. Similar to like alcohol, where people will be like, well, alcohol, none of it. No, it's a bigger deal. People could be alcoholics. Similar stuff with like even caffeine, right? Like caffeine, too much of it is not good for you here. In moderation, it's fine, just like most things are. But yeah, there are certain risks to it there with your cognitive processes too. But and then maybe if they focus on that, because like this paranoid anxiety, I think is relatively cool because that is something that happens, right? Where it's like, okay, now you're going to be paranoid, you're going to be this, this is what's going to go on, or maybe she could go into psychosis or like go through hallucinations or something. Man. Those are all symptoms that could happen where you're like go so badly in your trip. It's like, oh no. Excuse me. So yeah, I think they could have probably done a better job with the accuracy. The drug is going, Smoky Blood School is badass. Maybe I don't know. I feel like in America, I feel like smoking cigarettes in the bathroom might actually be worse. Like the smell of cigarette, it's like, ooh, I think that might, well, not worse, maybe because they're more badass, right? It's like, I don't know if smoking marijuana is badass. It's like associated with stoner attitudes and slackers over here. Um, but yeah, it's a thing here. But it's cool. I think this is fine as like a little like PSA, and I get not all PSAs are necessarily the most accurate. I think the consequences probably make sense if they just change around the symptoms a little bit. I think it's possible because I think the peer pressure thing is very good. I think it's well done here. Where it's like, okay, you can't take this seriously here. And also the art is pretty good too. The fact that it's in color makes this pop a lot more. It was like, hey, aren't we best friends? Man, we thought you'd be cool at it. No, go home. Da 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 da. Just this once. And then saying, okay, now she's like with this here. Dang, I would have cashed my more pot. I guess they go to the, I don't know how. Like, is that what you do? Okay, Amazon did, sure. And then her stealing money here. Um, I think that'd be fair. I feel like that, you know, I I think that maybe could have been a little bit more consequential to this here, where it's like, oh, okay, rather than that, oh, did you steal money from me or something? I think it could have been significantly more consequential. This, I think, is a clever way to get the drugs discovered, where it's like, okay, she fell asleep in the class, sure, you might become more sleepy after you do the marijuana. And I don't hate this, the fact that she said, crap, no way, did she overdose? Because it's like, oh, yeah, she's maybe not as educated about this here. And because that's like, okay, boom. So yeah, I think that it has potential as a piece. It might have some truth to it too, with like how stigmatized it is in quite a few Asian cultures. I just would have preferred a little bit more accuracy, maybe in terms of like the things, because have them go through one of those hallucinations that go absolutely crazy, right? It's like, okay, or just had to go, no, no, now you're lazy, you're not doing much here. But yeah, I think this has potential. I think this maybe is a little bit harsh of a rating here. That I think a lot of the ones are might be from people who are like, ah, no, this is straight up propaganda. Yeah, it kind of is. Surprisingly, no fours. And I think 10 might be a bit much. Actually, maybe 7.5 isn't the worst. I think it's a solid thing when that goes and tries to tell the youth. I think it means well. I just wish that if you are, this is gonna sound weird, if you are gonna go and tell people not to do drugs, I don't think you necessarily need to exaggerate the effects of them in order to make them seem scary. Just tell the effects as they are, and if you wanted to go through the more serious effects, because ultimately, if your goal with this is to scare people to not take it, sure. But scaring through misinformation might not be the most effective long term. Maybe instead you try and educate them about it and then about the serious dangers of it there. And maybe you go and overemphasize it, but I think that'd be a little bit better if it was just a little more accurate there. But yeah, I guess that's most of it there. Um, I think it's fine. I just want it to be a little more accurate, especially as an anti-drug PSA. And if they hadn't made those extra comments, even though like falling asleep thing, I don't think would have been a bad plot thread if they. Well, I don't think that would have been a bad plot thread because I think it's actually kind of cool or maybe kind of clever that they make her think her friend overdosed. Like, oh no, did she overdose because she did all the drugs here? Like, maybe that could be a thing, right? It's like, oh no, I almost kind of, you know, I kind of almost wish that she was like, oh, are you okay? Are you okay? Da 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 da. Because I think that would have been like a pretty solid thing here. Like, Maki, what are you doing? No, she's not waking up. Where is she? Da 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 da. And then, like, from there, you could have done that, right? I think that would have been solid because also it could make you paranoid. And so it would be like really bring all these together. Um, so yeah, I think this is, yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's so interesting reading this like PSA stuff targeted towards, I'm assuming young teens, right? When it comes to this, but cool, cool, cool. So thank you all for watching. I think if they just had like Luffy tell me don't do drugs, I would have to listen. Although there is that funny image of Chaka that says like no, he says it's a book about drugs. Um, One Piece. I will say this because I don't um want to talk too much about it. This video is already kind of long with the amount of critiquing or reviewing I did of this. They reviewed Emu's design, and one, the design is cool. It's just not what I was expecting. This is gonna be a minor spoiler, but again, it's like, One Piece will be old. This video will be dated here. I expected Emu to be a woman or a woman. I expected her to be a woman, and it's a guy instead. I'm like, oh, okay. I think it was all that fan art that I saw, and I think I naturally associated that particular shape, that like with with a woman. I don't know why, because it is essentially a genderless being. Maybe it's because of all the fan art that I saw, where it's like, oh, okay. And then of course the fan art, big boobs and like the cloth over it that's thin, and then the crown's whatever, or like it's like a veil over her instead. And I was like, okay, that's pretty solid design, but Oda went in a complete different direction, not in a bad direction. He made another husbando, another dilf, another sexy hot character, right? And it's like, damn, okay, sure. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it progresses. It's making me feel like the end is near for One Piece, but not for a little at least a little couple of years, and yeah, yeah. From Sonic the Hedgehog to anti-drugs to feeling sentimental about One Piece. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. I'll probably talk more about One Piece tomorrow, or maybe Sunday when the official things come out. With all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for being born, y'all. Peace out.